Hi everyone, welcome to the Blue Pitch Stories. I hope all of you guys are doing well. I am doing great personally. I'm living life. I'm busy with doing my own things. Don't let the club affect you anymore. That's all I can say. And we all, as Chelsea fans, are emotionally so invested in this football club that our daily lives get impacted heavily because of how the on-field actions, not just on field, on and off the field actions of the club. Don't let it anymore. I personally, I've written this season off, and I've written this club off as up until Bluco, clearly capital Behzad Iqbal is gone. Now I would like to discuss a few things. First of all, like, I didn't do a match preview for Fulham versus Chelsea because I had no expectations from this game, like I wouldn't have for any of the other games going forward. um yeah, I wouldn't even go into details when in terms of the game, how it went. We all saw the game, and for those of you who didn't, you did yourselves a favor, right? You didn't watch the game. There's something ingrained within us as fans, our undying loyalty to this football club, that no matter what the circumstances, we will end up, supporting the club and watching the game. And I am culpable as well. Like, I am a victim to this as well. Uh, no matter how hard I go on the club and say that I don't give, like, I wouldn't watch games anymore. I wouldn't, I would, just completely block Chelsea off. Doesn't happen like that. I ended up, just like every other game, I ended up watching the Fulham game as well yesterday. But one thing did change. The result didn't surprise me. I wasn't sad. I had a good night's sleep. What changed? I mean, it's just that I see people on social media, other content creators, are going into how hurt they are and how devastated they are at this result. And how this new gaffer that's come in is going to change things around. There are three things I would like to say. I would like to keep this video very short. The biggest foolery and the act of drama that I saw yesterday in the game was Behzad Iqbali sitting next to his puppet in the stands. And his puppet, and I mean Liam Rosenior, the new manager, yeah? Behzad Iqbali is celebrating our goal, and he's showing active disappointments when we are not creating chances, and we are not finishing off our chances when we get them. And he's totally invested in the game. Like, stop fooling us. You don't give a fuck about how we do on the pitch as a football club. Yeah, you are celebrating a goal as if you care about this club. Yeah, if you cared about this football club, you would have done better. You would have done the right things. You would have done what Chelsea. You would have not taken away the identity of this club, but you did. And now you're expecting us to believe in that act of yours. And Liam Rosenior, you're nothing but his puppet. I've got nothing against you. First of all, this is not a rage video or rant video against Liam Rosenior. I feel for the guy actually. Someone walks up to your door, let's say Behzad Iqbali walks up to my door tomorrow and says to me that you will be get given the Chelsea manager's position, because we could just hire anyone right now at this point in time. You could hire my grandma. You could hire my you could hire my uh, tea lady. You could do anything. It wouldn't change. Like, they can hire anyone at this point. You know, if Behzad Iqbali turns up to my door, I wouldn't turn down this job, right? I wouldn't. It would be crazy. Like, no matter how against I am, it's good money. I'm getting to live the life I always wanted. I'll be in London. I'll be managing I will be managing apparently one of the biggest clubs in Europe. Why would I turn down his job? And it's the same for Liam. He's walked into this toxic mess and he's agreed to be his puppet. He has agreed to be a yes man. He has agreed to say the things that the owners want the fans to hear. I watched his first, not press conference, I would say his first the video that came out yesterday, his introduction, load of PR and load of nonsense, actually, in my opinion. Lot of big talk, and I've seen this picture before. You start off with the narrative. Oh, I'm excited, I'm proud, I want to do this, I want to play front foot attacking football, and I want us to win games, I want to see myself as a winning manager. Wait until 6, 7, 8 games go by, and then you'll see how the narrative changes. You'll see how he says that, oh, this is a young squad and we have the energy, but things take time, this is a process, trust the process. This will go on, man. I have seen this picture about 4 times now under this ownership, and this is the fifth time I'm gonna watch this. I have watched the bloody Shawshank Redemption 3 times, and it's a great movie. But at the end, if I were told that I would be asked to watch the same movie again and again, no matter how good it is, even then I would be like, no, I'm, I've had to extract all I can from that movie. I don't want to watch it anymore. And it's just the same, and it's not even a good movie. If Chelsea were on Netflix right now, it's a complete drama and comedy, and I don't want to watch it again and again. Like, I've had four, let's say I've had 3 seasons of it now. I don't want to watch season 4 because it's the same repetitive thing that's going on. There are a few things again, like Liam Rosenior in his interview. And this is what baffled me, and I can write it down on a piece of paper and put a signature on it and put my house on bet, right? That this guy will not be a good appointment for Chelsea. I can just feel it. You can call me negative, you can call me whatever you want. He will This guy will be an utter disaster. And was the first red flag that I saw, instead of like addressing the issues that we have had recently under Maresca, and we all know that the issues were not because of Maresca. We all know that it's more than that. Instead of addressing the issues, he came into this club. He gave his first interview. He was fanboying over these players, man. How world class they are, how brilliant this are, how talented, how youthful, and how exciting this team is. What does this tell you? Like, sit down, close your eyes, keep a clear head, and think as to why he said those things. It's only to make the fans believe, and this is what the owners want us to think, right? That this squad is great, that the squad they have put in place is great, is they have bought well, they have invested well, and this squad is world class. He was glazing over these players all throughout the interview and how good they are. Okay, brother, let's say I will believe you. I would be happy to be proven wrong. Coming next week, your job starts, and next weekend, not next weekend, I mean this Sunday, or Saturday, against Charlton, your time starts, and you prove it with your actions and prove how good they are on the pitch. But until then, I'm just not buying into all of this, man. I'm just not buying into all of this. You have been put in place by the same owners that you were under Strasbourg. You know how they work. You exactly say what they want you to say, just to make the owners look good in our eyes, because that's what the owners want. And I'm again, I've got nothing against, like, he's expected to do that. He's employed. He has been under this employment for a long time. His boss expects him to say something, he will say that. No, it's basic thing. You just don't go up to your boss and say, no, hey, I've been employed under you for 4 years, you've paid me well enough, now you want me to say this, but no, I'm not going to say that. No, it just doesn't work that way. uh, it just doesn't work that way. When you've when you've got a raise in your salary, when you've got a raise in your position, right? So he will say what they expect him to say. But wait for a few games, see how things turn sour so quickly. When the fans, I the average fan, and I'm just including myself here. I don't mean any disrespect to anyone. The average fan is gullible, is very gullible. They can be led to believe anything very easily. And now fans are buying into his first interview and how passionate and how energetic he is, and how he'll bring fresh energy into this club, and he'll bring this and that tactically as well. All of this is nonsense, man. Nothing's gonna change. I'll be happy again to get proven wrong, but nothing's gonna change. In fact, things will get worse, in my opinion. This guy will be an utter disaster in terms of appointment, in terms of his ability to manage at such a high level. It's too early for him, in my opinion. And yeah, another red flag from what I heard him say, he was talking too much about passion and intensity and aggression and mentality. Oh, here we go again, right? Passion merchant. Things don't work like that in football anymore. You might have the passion, the hunger, the desire to win, but if you're not technically good enough, if you're not tactically secure, tactically astute, robust, flexible, you're not going to win games of football, man, against the likes of top class managers who are managing Premier League season after season. And teams in the Premier League, they all of them, barring a few, are very good at playing out from the back. They're all very good at beating the press. They're all very good in creating transitions for themselves. They're all very good at it. I'm talking about Fulham. I'm talking about Brighton. I'm talking about Crystal Palace. Uh, talk Sunderland, Brentford. You expect easy results against these teams? No, you have to be very tactically, like, on point in every game to win matches of football in this level, at this level. Yeah. And he's just not that, from what I get from it's not. Remember how Lampard came in the second time, and all he did was talk about aggression and mentality and intensity. One thing I'll tell you is the players under Enzo Maresca didn't down tools to get him sacked. First of all, we all talk about new manager bounce. What's a new manager bounce? When a manager gets sacked, a new manager comes in and results automatically improve. You know why does a new manager bounce take place? It's because the players downed tools in the first place, because they lost motivation to work under the previous manager. And now that the previous manager is gone and the new gaffer has come in, the energy levels are back automatically. Like, you want to do well again. That's how new manager bounce takes place. That's how new manager bounce takes place, right? The players loved, and I will not bind any of this that the players did not want to play for Enzo Maresca. The players definitely wanted to play for Enzo Maresca. They loved him. They absolutely had no problems with him whatsoever. They have had all good, majority of them had good relations with him. So Maresca wasn't sacked based on results, first of all. Secondly, this so a new manager bounce isn't expected. right? Do you think that these players are not hungry enough? They are not passionate enough? They do not have the desire, the intensity to win football matches? They do. They do have the desire, and I see people keep talking about where's the desire to not concede goals. How can I show you a non-tangible thing on the pitch? There is desire. When Enzo Fernandez scored the last minute winner against Manchester City, he ran off into the crowd to celebrate the goal. That showed how desired and how hungry he is to perform for this club, including the all of the others as well. Desire isn't just enough to not concede goals or to just win matches of football. You have to be tactically very astute. You have to be coached well enough. Every player has to know their roles. And especially above all, individual quality needs to be there. Where is the individual quality in this team when Palmer is off form? When Palmer is not the same Palmer anymore? After his groin injury, unfortunately, he hasn't looked that good. A lot of it has to come down to his injury and his absence from the game for a long time. Where is that individual moment of brilliance that we need from a player that can win us a football match? Who can provide that in this team? Pedro Neto? Nope. Joao Pedro? No.